What's up, guys and gals? Hope everyone's doing great today. This is gonna be a short video. I feel like I say that in every video. It's actually kind of funny. Quite amusing at this point. I do apologize for the weird look I got going on. I'm like, this is basically considered my PJs for the night, even though I don't really sleep with anything. Yeah, I don't really, yeah. I'll save the rest of that information to myself, for myself, you know, there's no need to put all my business out there. So, yeah, but I hope you guys have been good. I wasn't, if I'm being honest, I wasn't planning on doing this video. I wasn't planning on making a video at all. And that's due to because I've been lazy. That's just, if I'm being honest. And not just lazy, I've been just in the wrong, more so the wrong mental state. I've been kind of doubting myself. For now, at least. Because I've been self-sabotaging in, you know, in my own ways. Ways that I've mentioned before. So, yeah, I'm trying to just get myself in check. I'm trying to, like, just do better. So I want to feel better. By doing better, I want to do what I say and say what I do. So, yeah, and today was like the first time I went to the gym for real in about a week. And I will say it felt good. I just have this sense of being like proud of myself. I'm happy with how the day turned out, you know. So, branching from that, it was actually quite interesting. I've been literally this whole last week, I've been just kind of like, I would say more so the last few days than the last week, because I was doing really good up until the last few days, and then I just kept relapsing. And, you know, just that self disgust you have when you do something you're trying not to do, you feel disgusted with yourself. That's how I felt. And it's obviously, if you guys know, it's not a good feeling. It destroys your self-confidence and your self-respect, and your fries your dopamine system. There's nothing really positive that comes out of it. So hence why I'm working on, you know, removing that habit and replacing it with something else. So, and it's also good to realize that sometimes that's just has to be the part of the process. You fucking up. And truly, if I wanted it bad enough, I wouldn't be doing it for the longest time, right? That's what you would think, and that's actually very true as well. However, I am not as disciplined as I'd like to be, and this is one of those things that I am working more towards or more on, so that I am more of that, because I think discipline, having a good mindset, strong body, all those things are probably the most important things you can do for yourself as an individual, right? So because it kind of just it just has it sets the foundation that you can just branch off of, and just people just have this sort of different approach to how they look at you, as your being, right? So, and that's not to say that I've been all of a sudden not being treated well. I would say the quite opposite. However, you do notice these things like the energy that you bring into the environment that you're around, right? People tend to bounce that energy right back at you with how they respond to that energy. And I know this all sounds like some mythical bullshit, but if you know, you know, right? You felt like you come in. Let's just do an example, okay? So let's just say I'm happy, I'm smiling. I walk into a room, everyone sees me. I say good morning, everybody. I come in with this sort of like, I just lay it down, you know. I just lay it down, and they just see it, they just feel it. And then, of course, some people are gonna be like, "What the fuck," right? Um, Almost like repulsed, but they're still paying attention. It's just that they're not. They're pretending to be like, like forget about that guy. He's just, he's in a good mood, but for whatever reason, doesn't matter. Then there's people that will match your energy to some degree. They'll also say good morning to you and then give you a fist bump, whatever the fuck, whatever, whatever it is. And all of that just adds fuel to the fire. That's the best way I can explain it. It's just your energy being reciprocated. So, however you choose to come out as into the environment that you're fixing to go into, going in with a good positive mindset, with good positive mindset, good posture and everything, good hygiene. Like you will be perceived as someone who's more who respects themselves. That's the best way to put it, and that's just an instinctive thing that we have as a human, right? When I see someone, or when we see someone who's dressed like a bum, right, and they're out of shape, they're eating McDonald's or whatever, you kind of sort of have this like, well, this is not someone that I would want to be associated with, because that's not, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be around people that are like that, because you become you take on those habits for yourself, and now all of a sudden you're eating bullshit, you're dressing sloppy because you're like, fuck it, you just don't care as much. But when you're around people that care for themselves, and by extension others, by caring for themselves, you tend to do the same thing. And obviously I'm not perfect. I got a lot of work to do. I think we all got work to do, regardless of how, on what level you're at. There's always another level, right? But you can appreciate someone for not just visually, but the way, the other social cues that you pick up on from their character. And we just do that to each other. I think, I mean, at least that's what I do. I see someone that's dressed nice and seems fit, and I'm like, this guy just got it going on. And at least that it seems that way, right? Because you never know, honestly. Some people are just really good at hiding stuff, and which is unfortunate, because I tend to be I tend to be that person myself. Sometimes, even though I would never really do anything to harm myself, I think that's it comes more from a moral standpoint for me, uh, alongside with the religious aspect of it, right? Because life is a God-given thing, and there's so many like babies that just don't get to live, that just die off. And the fact that we're here is literally like a miracle. And a miracle is being an understatement, I would say. So to be like, man, life is too hard. And this is not to shit on people that feel that way or that go through these things. However, you just gotta have a. I wish they had some sort of help. I wish that those people could reach out. And I personally had mentioned this in my other video. I wouldn't say a close friend, but a friend from work that, that just went through that path of feeling like life was just not good enough or it wasn't good enough in the moment. And it's unfortunate because sometimes when I'm driving out there, I just think of him randomly. I'm like, damn, man, life is getting good. I wish he would have got to see how good it could have been or how good it could have gotten, right? And yeah, it's just unfortunate. That's all it is. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah, it's I don't know what I was talking about before that. Just kind of went off over a rant, went off the rails on that one. That's okay. This is just a rant video, and actually, hair in my mouth. Yeah, I gotta get this shit together, man. I'm looking rough right now. And, however, I'm still here. I'm still breathing and I'm still able to do this for you guys. And not just for you guys, but ultimately also for me, which goes right back to you guys. And, yeah, just, saying a lot of, that's okay. I feel more comfortable with the, with the video. It's something that it is something that you gotta get a bit used to, and I feel like even from the beginning I wasn't really that uncomfortable. Like my first video is quite damn long. It has to be at least 20 minutes of ranting. I mean that's kind of, I don't know if that's normal, and especially knowing that I was going to be posting that video. Maybe I wasn't thinking about that. However, I've said this again. And I apologize if I ever like repeat shit and it's like kind of like repetitive at some point. I'm just trying to like for the new followers. What the fuck happened there? I don't got my glasses, and all of a sudden I see all this dirt on my fucking. Yeah. So there, we just got the roof done, so that's why that's there. But yeah, I just I don't know. I guess that seems like a pretty good, you know, comfort level maybe. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It wasn't nearly as it wasn't nearly as it wasn't hard as you would think. And I wish I would have realized that sooner. I mean, I can only imagine where I would be right now had I be consistent. Even not right now, right? So it's been like I think a couple months at least since I started my first video, and I'm only at day 2019. So I really gotta lock in. I really gotta start getting consistent, be disciplined, be focused on the right things, and yeah, just push out content, push out, um, learn new skills, and just start implementing those skills and providing my services, and then just branch out. But I get so fucking. It's unfortunate. I'm dealing with it though, so it's all good. And as far as the rants go, like I don't I don't know if people want to really hear me for 20 minutes. I'm still gonna do it, whatever I'm doing right now, right? So just talking to the camera. However, I feel like I want to try some different things because like shorter videos actually, not not a 20-minute short video. That's not really short. I'm talking about like the short reels and the YouTube shorts and whatnot. I want to try doing that with the same concept. It's not something I'm expecting to like just blow up. Of course, I would say that, right? I do think I will reach out to more people, and the more people I'm able to reach out to, the more I'm able to help out the world, or the more likely I'm able to help out someone or share a message that someone's needing to hear. So it's worth it, right? The whole point of any of this is to like play the game and excel, get bigger, get um, just try your best, really. So, and granted, like I said already, I haven't been trying my best. At least I know I haven't been trying my best, but I'm sure it's gonna get there really, really soon. So I'm glad I got to be here, and I'm glad I got to talk, even though it might be my last time. I say that because you never know about tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Not Tomorrow's not guaranteed for anyone, so you gotta kind of like live with that type of mentality of, well, let me just do this because this might be the last time I get to do this. Let me just watch the sunset because this might be the last time I get to watch the sunset. Just think about that. Like, everything that you like doing, even the things that you don't like or you don't appreciate as much, you will appreciate those things if you knew that this could be your last. So that way, if tonight, or if whatever, for some reason, you know, I'm not able to make it to the next video, just go out with a bang, I guess. So go out with hopefully not too much, like, I'm sure everything will take care of itself, even after I'm gone. Of course, I feel like that only happens when God feels like, you've done your part, you fulfilled your purpose, or you fulfilled your role. And granted, there's a lot of people that don't get to do that, and they sort of die off and filled with regret, filled with dreams that weren't traced, or all these other things. So we're just trying our best not to be one of those people, with all due respect to those people. So just be that guy, that gal who can actually look back and be like, I'm happy with how life turned out. And I don't feel like I'm at that moment. I don't feel that way at the moment. It's something that I'm working on. So, and I hope you get to do the same thing because it's definitely worth it to, to live this life. It's really just like a big game. And you can literally become whatever you want. You can literally change anything you want. Of course, there's consequences. Of course, there's risk. Of course, there's all that, but the reward is just that much more fruitful. So, yeah, I'm just gonna leave you guys with that. I know it's short. I said a short video, and of course, I'm gonna say that. So, thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate you guys for being here. As always, this is Ahmed. Till next time. I gotta work on my outro, so